What up, guys? It's Gozen here for Anime Uproar, and Chapter 94 of Attack on Titan is finally out. I can't wait to talk about it. Before I do, obviously, if you're here and you haven't read the manga, there will be manga spoilers. This is a chapter review. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because we have a lot of Attack on Titan videos on this channel, and there are many more to come. Wow, guys, what a crazy chapter 94 was. I mean, it was insane. We have amazing characterization, some huge secrets revealed that we've been wondering for a while now. Amazing Reiner backstory, and you know what, let's just get into it. The Marleyan gang returns to their hometown of Libero. Colt's had a bit too much to drink. Again, we have some characterization, some humanization there. After the failure 4 years ago, Reiner was about to lose the power, but he has proven himself since by being so loyal on the battlefield. He has shown nothing but loyalty, but then, last chapter, he said, save Gabby, which could be dangerous to Falco because getting Titan powers is supposed to be considered an honor, right, in this government. So it seems like Reiner and Falco really want to free the Eldians from war and not bring glory for the Marleyan government. Clearly, Falco really cares for and likes Gabby, even though she might not know it, but it does make for some cute and funny scenes in this chapter, where she calls out Falco for looking at her. Finally, in this chapter, we get a scene of the Eldians returning back to where they come from, Libero, an internment zone where Eldians live. And we see the enemies of our protagonists greeting family members. Even Zeke appears to be greeting his grandpa and grandma. It seems to be Grisha's father and mother. This manga keeps flipping the script on us, and now we have these characters looking so warmly at loved ones. This manga really emphasizes the point that there are no clear distinctions between good guys and bad guys. One of the saddest scenes is of Gabby, who seems to be fully brainwashed by the government and her parents, who want her to be the greatest warrior. And finally, we get to see REINER'S family, who looks proudly and lovingly at their son. Falco seems to be the only one who takes pity on an injured Eldian soldier, which is interesting, who clearly has shell shock and is being mocked. We also find out that this soldier was in the trenches, which reminds us of World War I and the prevalence of trench warfare at the time, although the treatment of Eldians in general reminds me of Nazi Germany's treatment of Jewish people during World War II. We then jump into a scene where Gabby and Reiner are having dinner with their families. It is revealed that Reiner is Gabby's cousin. She refers to his mom as auntie, and it's said that they come from the same family branch. The family is very proud of the fact that they might have two successful warriors. Then Reiner's mother, Karina, says if only the devils living on the island, referring to Paradise, would disappear, then the Eldians could be happy. But Reiner obviously sees a problem with this because he has seen that they are just as human as they are. And Gabby reveals that the Marleyan people have been brainwashed to believe that there are good Eldians who follow the Marley government and evil island dwellers who are blamed for the fact that good Eldians suffer in Marley. People seem to have the idea that the Eldians on Paradise want to destroy the entire world. Reiner says that the 5 years he spent on the island was a living hell, and that the people there, our survey corps, were devils, cruel and twisted. And unbelievably, we get a rendition of the famous and beloved potato scene told by Reiner. Reiner explains how Sasha was eating the potato with no remorse, and then when caught, offered half, even though the piece she offered wasn't even close to half because she had no intention to share. Gabby and everyone else is shocked because Sasha doesn't seem like a cruel demon. She seems normal, if a little stupid. Reiner actually humanizes these people when the family expects him to demonize the people of Paradise. Reiner then goes on to talk about Connie, Jean, Marco, Eren, and Mikasa, stating that she is willing to follow Eren no matter what happens. Oh man, you gotta love Mikasa, man. You gotta love her. Anyways, he says that every day was a nightmare, but that was probably because he saw the humanity in the people around him and knew he was betraying them. These people that trusted him as a good friend. It was his betrayal rather than their cruelty that made it a nightmare for him. Gabby is confused and asks what he means by a wide variety of people. They're all bad, right? And Reiner's mother assures her that they are. They are demons who brought hell on earth and created sanctuary for themselves on top of the corpses. The mainland Eldians fear when the people of the island might come with the colossal wall titans to stamp out the world, which refers to the first titan's warning that if attacked, he would unleash the titans, except here, the people think that the island dwellers, the people of Paradise, just want to destroy the world and might do it at any time. The Eldians in Marley are convinced and naively believe that they need to stop the evil Eldians on the island, and then they will be recognized as good people by the world. Then we get a flashback of REINER'S mom telling him the same things that Grisha's father was saying. She says that the Eldians were abandoned and have demon's blood flowing through them, and that they need to stay in their cage, clearly drawing a parallel to the island of Paradise, where the people are all trapped by the walls. Then she reveals huge news that REINER'S dad is a Marleyan, and that is why he couldn't stay with them. REINER as a kid decided to become a warrior so that his mother could also become Marleyan, or at least honorary Marleyan. Oh my god, man, this chapter is crazy and does an amazing job of really fleshing out REINER'S character and motives. All of a sudden this character seems much more complex. Then, we get a shot of children training in brutal conditions in order to become Marleyan warriors, and of everyone getting picked before REINER. REINER works so hard and eventually, with a lot of work, becomes a candidate, and his mother hugs him when she hears the news and cries. And it is his mother's approval and happiness that matters most to REINER, so he decides that he has to become one of the 9 titans no matter what. We then see what appears to be a younger Zeke telling the young recruits that the attack on Paradise will begin in a few years and that only 6 of the 7 will inherit the powers. REINER gets excited, but another recruit tells him that he's behind all of the rest, so he'll probably be the one left behind. The reason he even made it to this stage is because of his loyalty and sucking up to the Marley government. But then REINER freaks out and says he is going to report the recruit's behavior to the government, and then reveals, after getting beat up, that he wants to be a shifter so that him, his mom, and his dad can finally live together as a family. Oh man, the feels, man. Man, it's insane how Hajime Isayama can make us understand the motives and empathize with one of the show's greatest antagonists. Bertolt believes, along with the rest of the Eldians in Marley, it seems, that if they can succeed against the devils, the Eldians, and the entire world can be saved. Then we see a young Eren looking at the sky and Armin running to show him the book of the outside that talks about the ocean. And that's the end of the chapter. Oh man, this chapter was insane. It did an amazing job of humanizing all these characters, and especially REINER. I also cannot wait to see how the Eldian restorationists may come into play later. Is it possible that some of the Marleyan warriors could secretly be working for the restorationists, or change sides later, after they figure out that Marley will probably just kill them when they are no longer needed to wield Titan powers? Man, I cannot wait to see what happens next. But this next showdown is definitely going to be a lot less black and white than the ones in the past. Each Eldian side is fighting for something important to them, and almost all of their motives, or the ones we know at least, are justifiable and reasonable from the individual characters' perspectives. I mean, what is going to happen? REINER is clearly questioning Marleyan ideology at this point, but will he really turn against them, especially since all his loved ones will be disgraced, or maybe even worse if he does? I can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know what you guys think about this chapter and about what might happen next in the comment section below. Remember to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Attack on Titan videos. Until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.